Most reclaimed timber starts out rough, twisted, inconsistent, and honestly not great for furniture. So over time, I've been developing a workflow that lets me turn reclaimed wood into usable stock in a small workshop. This week, I'm processing some 12 and 30mm panels from my homemade panel press, planing them flat, slicing them to size, and getting them ready for joinery. Right at the end, I test a very questionable new clamping technique: sticky tape. That's what I've got so far. I've got 4 of the 12-ish mil slabs and one, I can't remember, 30mm odd. So tabletop and material for boxes. I don't think that's going to be anywhere near enough, but I want to start making some boxes. So run these guys through the planer and see how far we get. One chunky, 4 thin, ready to make stuff out of. Turns out I need another one of these guys, the thick ones. I think I knew that, but I'd forgotten, so I should have checked before I planed it. But anyway, so the top's about 835 wide, which is there. I don't, but it's much wider that way, so I don't got enough, so I have to make another one. That's all right. I'm just going to chop this one at about 900, sit it in there, see if I like it, and then I'll make another one this other, and it'll be ready tomorrow. So no harm, but I'll probably have to run this through the planer to make it match and then join it and this way. Anyway, you get me. Still be good for something else. For this stuff, today I'm going to use it to make the box for the dog food, and that's the biggest, or maybe the second biggest box, and it's just going to use a lot of material. So there's going to be a lot of waste. It's an awkward size. I've made these so they would fit through my planer, so I can get them to this quite easily. But that means that, yeah, there's going to be waste. So basically, they've got to be 400 and something tall, and these are only 290 tall. So I have to chop them, glue them together, chop them again. And I knew that, that's okay. So basically, I'm just going to chop them up and start gluing them back together so I get the height. Basically, I could turn them around the other way and get better coverage, but the wood, if it expands, it's going to expand this way. So you kind of want that to be towards the top of the box so it can move up. Whereas if you go the other way, then it's fighting against the ends of the box where you've glued it together, so you want to try to avoid that, in my head anyway. If I'm not right, let me know. And obviously just make it out of plywood, you don't have to worry about that, but we're practicing using real wood. So let's chop some stuff up. I want to cry a little bit right now. So that's one box. I have the bottom, 2 fronts and 2 sides. And my lovely 4 panels are now mostly scrap. I've heard told you don't need a lot of clamping pressure actually to glue something like this together. So what I've done is I've sticky taped the seam, flipped it upside down. I'm going to fill that glue and call that done. What do you reckon? Be alright? We'll see. Looks good. I think it might work. I think that might work. Got them stacked up here underneath the offcuts. Bit of wax paper, make sure they don't stick together. That's a pretty good hack if it does work. You'll have to tune in next week to see if the sticky tape thing actually works. Maybe I've completely lost the plot. These weekly videos show more of the behind the scenes stuff. The systems, the mistakes, the experiments. Things that don't usually make it to the full project build videos. I'll still be making those full project build videos though, once each project is done. That way you guys can follow along if you want to build the same sort of things. Let's keep building useful, good looking stuff without the need for really expensive timber or a perfect workshop. Thanks for watching guys. I'll catch you next week.